year 6 of primary school, I don't know what that is in American terms, but whatever, whenever we went into the computer room, mainly during ICT classes after we'd done terrible work on Purple Mash, don't ask what that is, just Google it, there was only one thing anyone would play. Wii Foot! That FIFA game where you just, like, get to open card packs. Very exciting, isn't it? Oh, and we also played .io games. The basic concept of .io games came from... Wait, no, give me a minute. Okay. Came from Sliver.io. Or Sliverio, I don't really freaking care how you pronounce it. I'm pronouncing these so-and-so.io. Mainly because it would make no sense for something to be called Wingsio, because that just makes no sense. Anyway, came from Sliver.io. A game that was basically just an online version of Snake, and it also happened to be the first .io game I actually played. Then came Agar.io, which I've never played. Or Agar might have come first, I really don't care. And then a slew of copycats and other .io games, basically just cashing in on the .io name. Because seriously, just search .io into Google Play Store and you get a whole load of crap. Because, you know, we don't have to have quality games on Google, do we? Anyway, I'm going off topic. My second .io game was Wings.io, because it's not Wingsio. Then followed by Diop.io, and yes, I'm just going to pronounce it Diop, okay? We had a huge debate over this in school, and we put it into Google Translate and it's Diop. Even though it looks like Diop, it's Diop, and I don't freaking care, I'm just calling it Diop. And then Crew.io, the only 3D.io game I'm aware of, and then Paper.io. So then, let's look at them. Sliver.io is okay. It's not Game of the Year or anything, or as good as everyone likes, but okay. You play as a snake, a slow worm, a worm, I don't know, a thing, and you are constantly moving forwards and can boost by clicking. If you kill another snake, kind of like how you'd kill yourself in Snake, then they drop tons of dots, which make you bigger, and there are also dots just scattered around everywhere, which make you bigger, but not as bigger. And that's literally it. That's the entire game. Have fun. The main aim of the game, which applies to as far as I'm all .io games, is, well, there isn't one. You just sort of go around doing a very basic thing, and then there's a leaderboard, and so you want to get to the top of the leaderboard. There's also a feature where if you click on a share with Facebook button, you can then get tons of skins, but in school it would like click and then it opens up in a new tab to show on Facebook, and then it would like block, because it blocks Facebook in school, and then we just get all these skins for free. However, after a little while, the game would just stop loading. Like, it'd say, please wait forever, and even after you waited a month of Sundays for it to load, it'd be really laggy and crap, so didn't last too long. And it's an okay game. Not too much fun, but not terrible. I mean, I've played worse. On the other hand, Wings.io is a whole different story. In this game, you play as a plane and have to fly around getting dots. Oh. It's kind of similar, but whatever. All they do is heal you, and you have a health bar this time. Yay! The main aim, which is the same as most IO games, as I mentioned last time, is to get to the top of the leaderboard. And in this game, you do it by shooting down other planes, by clicking, and getting obnoxious kill streaks. But, well, that's just handy. Along with the default weapon, which is just a generic rat-a-tat-tat machine gun, you can also pick up special powers, which give you a different weapon, which have a limited ammo count, so that way you can't just abuse them. The items in question including, but not limited to, one-shot missiles, electric laser beams of instant death, the spread shot, which, it's okay, bit short, but whatever, bombs, which are basically just the missiles, but they go down only, which is very effective, because all you can do to get like a super duper kill streak and to get to the top of leaderboard, which is my only good strategy, is just get bombs or whatever, and then just fly from the left to the right, then back and forth, dropping bombs constantly. Basically, you're bound to hit tons of people, and it's really good. Oh, and you also have the overpowered super weapon of really hard to getness. Yeah. So basically, this is just a super duper laser thing. The way it works is one person gets it, then if you get it, then you just stand in place with it, holding down the click, and then shooting everyone in your path, circling round, and then because you're so high off of getting the thing in the first place, and then like 5 seconds later, someone freaking dive bombs into you and then kills you, and then you lose it, and then now shoot, and that's basically it. It's not too effective. And there's also warships, super overpowered things that shoot at you with weapons that would make heavy blush. And it also pretty much kills you instantly as soon as you fly near it. And apparently you get like a reward if you go destroy them or something. I don't know. It sometimes says X destroyed a warship, but I've never... The only way I could think of destroying a warship is bombing it with bombs, but oh well, whatever. Next game. Out of all the games, Diop or Dipe.io, I don't really care how you pronounce it, Dipe.io, whatever. It was the most popular game at school, and there were some people playing it, in fact groups, that were playing it pretty much all the time, like, as in, it didn't stop, it wasn't like, oh yeah, let's move on to the next one. They were like, Diop until the end of term, or the end of the year. So yeah, in Diop, you play as a circle with a rectangle that shoots more circles by clicking, as well as like 10 shortcuts mapped to half the keyboard. To ascend into the realm of the leaderboard, one must destroy as many squares and triangles and pentagons as possible. And when you destroy one, it gives you some XP or whatever. And when you get enough, you level up. When you level up, you can upgrade something. Movement speed, bullet speed, reload, bullet damage, etc, etc. You get the idea. When you reach level 15, you can pick a new class or type of things. So like a machine gun or a sniper or whatever. By the way, twins are the best. At level 30, you can then upgrade that class. And when you reach level 45, you can upgrade it to its final form. And no, I don't care what the heck I just referenced. The more upgraded you are, the more havoc you wreak. This is another okay game. Everyone played it, so I guess I had to play it, but yeah, I played it. It's okay. It's not too good, but it's better than Sliver. I mean, yeah. It actually has quite a lot of modes, so there's like a generic deathmatch, a team deathmatch, 2 teams, 4 teams, a domination mode, which is really good, which is a bit like control points in TF2, and then there's also sandbox mode, where it's just you, and you can do cheats and stuff, and it's all cool, except those cheats don't apply to any of the other modes, which is a shame. But yeah, that's about it. So one time after we had finished doing our crappy ICT work, I saw one of my friends playing a game that looked a bit like Roblox, as in a 3D game where you walk around, and then asked them what they were playing. They told me it was Crew.io, so I went and played it, and that's how I found out about it. It's an okay game. This one is a bit risky to play, as, well, they don't exactly restrict your names much, and it's not too clean, but hey, most people don't really seem to care about that stuff, so why am I even saying this? But the game itself is okay. You play as a cannon, which for some reason can move around, and it can aim with the mouse, and shoot by clicking. You are almost always on a boat, and you can steer it by moving yourself to one side of the boat or the other to influence its momentum, just like when you're on a real crappy raft or whatever. You either spawn as a captain, where you have to fend for your own, shoot ships, plunder loot, sell said loot, and buy stuff with that money, or as a shipmate, where all you have to do is shoot stuff, and generally just shoot whatever anyone else is shooting, because it's not like you have to do much, I mean. However, the game has actually gone quite worse since when I played it at school, because now you can't aim, but if you look up, instead of, like in every other game, locking you so you can't look up any further and end up looking down, it just makes you go back, so that way if you're trying to aim up high, it'll end up removing you, which is really stupid. And now you can only walk on a bit of the ship, and now there is selections for servers, so like, oh, I can go on server 1 and actually be with players, or oh, I can go on server 2 and have like 2 people near me, or Oh, I can go on server 3 and have no one near me and not be able to do anything, so that's lovely. So, I don't particularly recommend this one, but if you want to go see, it might have gone better since I made this video, I don't know. And at last, we have paper.io. I think this might be my favourite game actually, but first, some random history. So, my friend Mason showed me the game. He had first played it on his phone, and then he showed us it while we were at school. And so I just decided to give it a shot. And I quite liked it, and I think it's even better now. In recent years, I've gotten the mobile version, and it's quite different. For instance, the mobile version has unlockable skins by doing something, a bit like achievements. It has music, it has sound effects, which is a rarity in .io games, especially music, and some other things. But I still think the web version is better because, well, you'll see. The game sort of plays like a bit like Sliver, but also a bit like the old game Kicks. Don't ask what that is, just Google it. You play as a square and constantly leave a trail of something. Clones of yourself. I'm just gonna call it something. If that trail connects with your small square that you spawn with, it will then conjoin onto the square, thus making it bigger, much like Kicks. If you, or someone else, touches that trail, then you're dead, much like in Snake. And that's it. I think this is either my favourite or second favourite game out of all these .io games. Either this or Wings, one of the two. They're both really good. And I mainly like it because it's quite fair, it's quite easy. For instance, in Sliver, if you've been playing for ages, then you'll be much bigger. So that way, it's unfair if you just start out and there's players who've been playing for ages. In Paper, it's quite similar, but there's not too much punishment for not being the first person. But yeah, it's fair, easy, but with a challenge as well. Hello, you made it to the end of the video and to the end screen, so you can go click on other stuff. Yay! Click on the video on the left to see the last video I uploaded, which is Weird ROM Hacks. Click on the video on the right to see one that's recommended for you, because that's a feature YouTube has. And click in the middle to subscribe if you want to subscribe, because I don't know why you would, but I intend on getting more videos out. Hopefully. So yeah, I'm just gonna leave you to go do that. Bye!